nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches at my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith and Wesson.
All right, guys. Man.
Shit. God,
what is going on?
What's
we got
up,
the
guys?
Man himself here.
Hello again.
Modern Warfare 2 campaign starting out pretty good, not gonna lie. That's good, man. I hear it's good, but it's for the zombies. And even those could kind of be unenjoyable because you have like 4 maps to choose from, which when me and you used to play Black Ops 3, we had the Zombie Chronicles, so we could just do whatever the hell like we want.
Literally, bro.
Yeah. Man, what is going on, guys? We are back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, but another edition of Notorious Unscripted. Man, this is episode 115 of Unscripted. And if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know how the show works, every Monday we're on here with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday we are on here with the news at 4 p.m. Central, and obviously for Unscripted, usually after Monday Night Raw. Obviously, lately we've been having to do a little bit more of the late night Unscripted, but you know, either way, after Monday Night Raw on a Monday, man. So with that, yes, if you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, that one, I believe, is titled... Damn. Man, I'm forgetting numbers, thumbnails. Jeez, what was this past... Okay, yes, that's what it was. CM Punk's dog injured in the brawl-out situation. AEW wraps up the investigation, and the Elite return backstage to the company. We also talked about WWE's plans to do Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns, discussing those already, within the company. We talked about that. And we had, honestly, just a really loaded news week. It was a very good news episode, as they always are, but it was a very loaded week of the news, and like I said, we talked super in depth about the CM Punk situation and all the moving parts to that. Chris Jericho calling him a cancer to the locker room. Somebody on Triple H's team giving a hard no to a CM Punk return, and so on and so forth. We go in depth majorly on that topic, man. But if you guys did miss that, that is on all platforms now, man. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here every Friday at 4 p.m. Central for the news, man. So with that, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the beautiful official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this on bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this video. And it is also, you can either find it on mine and Sir K's social media pages on the Notorious Heels podcast Linktree page, man. So it is fairly easy to find, man. On the top left, you got the Chicago flag design. The bottom right, you got the Chicago skyline design. Then you have one of the OG shirts, the best kept secrets to the IWC, the Riddler-inspired IWC's best kept secret shirt, man. Then you have the Uncrowned Kings of the IWC, the Biggie-inspired shirt, and then in the middle you have the base Notorious Heels podcast logo design, man. So like I said, all 5 of these beautiful designs available in more than t-shirts are all up on the merch shop right now. Like I said, links are on mine and Sir K's social media pages, but if you wanted the easier link, obviously it is at the top of the description of this video, man. So, and with that, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Going good. Just been chilling out, man. Just been chilling out. Nothing much going on, man. Just been chilling, bro. Just been chilling. Durante's not here, but in the spirit. How's life? How's family? Life's good, man. Family's good. What about everybody in chat? How are you doing, Logan? And what about you, bro? How are you?
Yeah, man. As Durante usually asks, he's usually here, but I'm sure he'll be watching the replay, man. If this is your first time, what the fuck am I saying? Yes, I'm good. Family's good. I was about to run the whole intro back. I'm good, Durante. Family's good. And what about you, my man? And everybody else in chat, aka Logan, at least for now. But it's good to hear that you're doing all right, my man. So, yeah, man, we got the Halloween special edition of Unscripted here today for you guys. And, if you guys did watch Friday, you will know that this was probably going to be a very bittersweet episode for myself. Because later this week, I'll be moving out, bro. So this is going to be the last video in the origin room of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. So it's a little bittersweet. It's kind of hitting me now. I knew it was good. It didn't really hit me Friday, even though that was the last episode of news. I knew today, like the final episode. Yeah, so I knew today would really hit me. So it's a little bittersweet. It's a little bittersweet, man, but we'll just see where the road takes us, man. So life's full of trial and error, and adventures and whatnot, man. So we'll see where the road takes us, but nonetheless, I am excited. To be moving out. Like I said, is a little bittersweet, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Sometimes it's good to get a little out of your comfort zone, I guess. So, yeah, man.
Bro. Definitely.
Man, what a cool ass Halloween day today. It is about, bruh. I drove out the driveway probably about an hour ago. I could not see down the fucking street, and it was so cool. It was giving me such fucking Fiend vibes. That shit was so sick.
That shit was sick as hell, bro.
It really was, man. It really was. I was driving, listening to "Live in Fear," and it really, "Broken Out in Love." So it was. I was really vibing, bro. I really was. But regardless.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yes, very cool. Very, very cool. Halloween night, man. It's super foggy. It's still foggy out, I believe. But yeah, it's sick, man. It's sick.
I love it, bro. It's so damn sick.
So, man.
You can even see the road.
Yeah, definitely, bro. The last podcast in the OG room. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a little different, because for everybody that was here when I was... you guys know the name. I'm not going to say it. When I was him, right? He's dead now. But when I was him, you know, when I was him, what my channel used to be called, the name that shall not be spoken of, you know, when I had the last, you know, episode in the real OG room, you know, I was still there for about a year. Just stuff in my personal life kept me from doing YouTube. You know what I mean? So I was still in that house for like a year. So it didn't really like hit me. But like this is a little more bittersweet because I know, like I knew, like for a long time that this could possibly be the date of the last show. Like this is gonna be the last show in this room. So it hit me a little harder, but you know, in the old red and blue room, you know, that didn't obviously hit me, man, because I kind of stepped away from the YouTube for a little bit. So it, like, you know, it really wasn't, you know, YouTube wasn't like like I said, I had a lot of personal stuff going on, so YouTube was kind of the last thing I was worried about at that point in my life. So it was one of those things where I did the last episode. I believe it was the Hell in a Cell 2018 predictions, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know recording that video that was going to be the last video I ever made in the OG room. But this definitely hits. It's very bittersweet. Yeah, that name, Logan. Him.
Hey.
Yeah. What? He's not the GOAT. He's not even worth mentioning, but regardless.
Oh, he's the GOAT.
There's a lot of There's a lot of videos under that name I'm proud of, but man, what were those podcasts?
Dude, those podcasts were dick, bro.
We were streaming in 240p.
We really were, bro.
No, those podcasts should never ever see the light of day. But anyway, man. Yeah, man. So, in the sake of Halloween, I'm gonna ask this question to Sir K, but you guys are obviously more than welcome to chime in, whether you're on the live chat or the replay. In the sake of Halloween, can we have a top 3 of your personal favorite horror wrestling characters, and they can be different versions of the same person?
Yeah. Shit's tough, bro. Shit's real tough. Number 1, Colt Bray. Gotta be. Number 2, obviously Fiend / Firefly Funhouse. They're kind of in the same boat. But number 3, man, number 3's tough. It could go to
anybody.
TNA Broken Matt. It could go to Undertaker. It could go to a lot of people, bruh. I'm gonna just say Broken Matt, but it could go to anybody. But what about you, bruh?
Man, if I were to give 3, our lists are very similar. Obviously, I'm sure it doesn't take an idiot to guess that, but number 1 has got to go to. See, I hate comparing like Colt Bray to the Firefly Funhouse Bray, because it is so hard between those two. Like, I really love both of those characters. If I were to give it to number 1, I would probably give it, like, literally by like a half of an inch. I would give it to Firefly Funhouse Bray. I love Firefly Funhouse Bray. Everybody knows that.
Okay.
Number 2, the cult leader Bray. Fantastic. Number 3 is a toss-up as well. I can give that to so many people. I can give that to Aleister Black. I can give that to TNA Broken Matt. I can give that to Undertaker. I could give that to Slow Chemical Kane. I can give that. I could give that to so many people. I really could, but man,
Alexa Bliss.
She would maybe be like top 15. Like, maybe, you know, obvious.
17 for me.
Yeah, because you know, a lot of her stuff gets looked at for like the end of Bray's run, but the beginning of her run with him was fire. But maybe I'll go with that heel, that 2020 heel Braun Strowman, man. Maybe that's who I'll go with. Motherfucker, bro.
There's a fucking eye in the camera.
Maybe I'll give it to fucking Alex Oberhantes, man. Maybe that's who I'll give it to. When he was dressed up as Emperor Palantine or Valak. But man, huh. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's really a toss up. I would probably say Aleister Black, but then you could also throw like Sanity in there. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I think like the stuff that I really got like a feel for. Now Kane, I used to be scared as shit of when I was a little kid, so he could be a very high contender. But I think I'll give it to Slow Chemical Kane, to be honest. I was scared as shit of him when I was a kid.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I almost gave it to Emperor Palpatine or Palatine, whatever his name
You
is.
say it right.
Alex Oberhantes.
Oh, Lord, this garbage ass. Oh, dork.
He was scary, man.
Terrifying.
Or maybe I'll give it to Penta Oscuro. He was real scary.
Or Penta Zero Hero. Or That man got too many fucking names.
Yeah, man, but I think that's mine. I was so scared of Kane when I was a kid, man. I really was. So Kane has had a huge part of my wrestling fandom, 100%.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it was so weird because when I was a kid, I was like super scared of him, but I remember I would like constantly like listen to his theme song to the point where like my mother would like shut the laptop on me because I would just replay Slow Chemical. I swear to God, I swear to you, when I was 6 years old, I remember I was fucking around on her laptop like replaying Slow Chemical as I just played with my wrestling figures. The point where she literally had to shut it off on me. I don't know how long I was playing it for. But, man, I was so scared of Kane, but I simultaneously loved him as a kid. So, you know, I would probably give it to Kane, definitely. So, I feel like it's a little too early. You might have to catch us next year to see this Bray on our list. But
Yeah.
it probably
Who
will
knows?
end up being on the list, to be honest. So, it'll probably just be a top 3 full of Bray Wyatt. But, yes, that's my honest, personal list as of now, man. And what about everybody else in chat, man? Let's see. Okay, Logan says number 1, Undertaker. Number 2, Fiend. And number 3 would probably be the original Swamp Man Bray. I feel like there's 2 different versions of Cult Leader Bray. I feel like who people call Eater of Worlds Bray is different from the Cult Leader Bray.
True.
Because I feel like Cult Leader Bray was like Wyatt when he had the Wyatt family and he was wearing the Hawaiian t-shirts. And then I feel like Eater of Worlds Bray was a little more like when he won the WWE Championship.
He had dreads. He fucking always wore like that leather and like denim.
Yep. I feel like there's so yes, but I would definitely do Cult Leader Bray, but
Same.
not to say that Eater of Worlds Bray is bad. That was obviously the worst booked Bray, I think, but yeah, definitely. I definitely think it would go Eater of Worlds, Fiend was booked second to worst, and then Cult Leader Bray was booked the best, even though that wasn't all that good either. But
Exactly.
he really managed to make my list, man. So he must. Yeah, but he always was great, no matter the booking, which is insane.
It's nuts.
So yeah, man. So yeah, that's a great list from you, Logan. That's a great list. Very similar to ours. So yeah, man. So let me read a little bit of these top chats. Logan says, I was about to call him Uncle Logan because I was looking at the chat. Logan says, the more I listen to Uncle Howdy, not Uncle Logan, the more I listen to Uncle Howdy, the more I hear Bo Dallas. I've been telling Sir K that the whole weekend, bro. I really have.
Hell yeah.
This one. Damage Control is officially dead, bro. We will
Put it
talk
to man.
all about
They,
that. Just give us
they
like
really
an
put in my
hour,
coffin.
bro. Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Yeah, might as fucking well. All right, man. So AEW Dynamite, man. We got this episode of AEW Dynamite. It was a very good edition of Dynamite, man. Very solid.
Mhm.
It was overall a really good show, man. This was the first show that the Elite were backstage. So
Hell yeah.
in the opener, we got Claudio and Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia and Chris Jericho in the opening match of this Dynamite, man. This was a tag team match. It opened the show, like I said, and this was a solid opener. It was a solid opener. The crowd was pretty into it, so it was overall really enjoyable. It was overall a
Oh
really
yeah.
enjoyable match, and Claudio ended up pinning. Claudio ended up pinning Chris Jericho to get the victory. Man,
That was shocking.
I guess they're going for the rematch there. So, yeah, man. I mean, it could just be a case of Chris Jericho, you know, kind of wanting to face all the former Ring of Honor champions. And even though he beat Claudio to win it,
Mhm.
maybe he just wants to beat him because he technically is a former Ring of Honor champ. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that just plays into that story or if they just need something for Death Before Dishonor. That could also be the case. So
You never know.
immediately after this, we get cut backstage with Bryan Danielson and Renee Paquette. These two never get old seeing these two back together, man. This was a
I'm telling
dream
you.
duo of Talking Smack. It was fantastic. So never gets old seeing them. Danielson is talking about backstage. Renee asked him how he's feeling about, you know, what happened last week with Wheeler Yuta, and he's talking about kind of what happened. He's talking about what happened with Daniel Garcia getting his back turned on by Daniel Garcia, losing to Chris Jericho again, and Wheeler Yuta comes up. He also mentioned before this how he was upset the way Wheeler Yuta was talking to him because, you know, he's his mentor. And Wheeler walked up and pretty much just started yelling at Bryan and getting in his face. And I can't really remember too much of what he was saying here, but I think it was something along the lines of, you know, we seen this coming, and you know, pretty much it's just stuff along those lines from what I can remember.
Yeah. And he's trying too hard with Garcia, and he didn't focus on the group.
Yeah. So these two, you know, are getting in each other's face. I believe Bryan pushed Wheeler. Claudio separated him. Regal came back and separated him. And Claudio said, you know, we need to go and talk about this like men. I don't know if that was another shot at the CM Punk situation. You know, these two guys about
could
to
be.
come to blows, and Claudio steps in and he's like, hey,
Let's just talk.
let's stop acting like kids and let's go to the back behind closed doors and talk about this like adults.
Probably. I could see that. I didn't
Very
realize that till now.
I didn't either, but now that I'm talking about it, it definitely makes me think a little bit more about it. So I don't know, it could be another little subtle dig at that, but I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure what that exactly was. But yeah, man. So then the highlight of the night, the highlight of everybody's night. So we get this video package of the Elite,
Mhm.
and it is sound clips, every video clip of them going to say something, and then the All Elite logo and them just vanish from the image. So like there's Matt and Nick Jackson there, for example. They're at one of the Double or Nothing pep rally, and the line where they say, we set out to be pro wrestlers, it would go a little bit something like, we set out to be pro, and then
And just,
they would vanish, as the words would
mhm.
vanish, as the AEW logo would vanish. So it was just a clip of, it was, I believe, the original when they turned the phones and showed the AEW logo, and then that vanished, and then it was them at the Double or Nothing pep rally, that vanished. Then it was the Elite in the ring, that vanished. Then it was Matt and Nick at Full Gear with Kenny, that vanished. Then it was Omega winning the world title, that vanished. So it was pretty much just a whole video clip. And then obviously the last one was them winning the trios titles, and it all vanished. And then it was a shot of the AEW logo vanishing. But it was really cool because in the Double or Nothing pep rally, the only thing that vanished wasn't the AEW logo. It was literally just the word Elite and the E in the logo.
Mhm. Exactly. I really
so-
like that detail.
Yeah, so it was really, really cool. And it was pretty much just them talking. What would AEW, there would be no AEW without the Elite pretty much. And then every time it would kind of go to say something, the words would cut out. So we did get a video package for the Elite, which is so exciting because I'm so excited to have them back. And I hope a lot of people can appreciate them a little more this time around, because I hate to see great talents kind of put to the side like that just because of,
I know.
wrestling fans and people have, just hatred for them. The Young Bucks the most I see. Like, whenever people are asked unpopular opinions, 9 times out of 10 I see the Young Bucks are the most overrated wrestlers. Like,
They suck.
they're
Like,
really not. Like,
no.
and they're not these spot monkeys that everybody talks about, bro. They're really, really not.
They're really not at all.
Yeah, everybody knows this, but the Young Bucks are my GOAT team, so, they're just, the Young Bucks are just fantastic, man. They really are.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So we finally got a teaser for the Elite, and I am super, super stoked to see them back on the wrestling scene, man. It is really exciting because this company has missed them, and the wrestling world in general has missed them, man. They are self-made goats. They really are.
Truly, bro. Truly, I was marking when this segment happened, bro. I love the way they did it. And that was just really awesome, man. And I can't wait to see them back, bro. That shit got me too hyped.
It really did, bro. It really fucking did.
One thing they should have done with that, bro, they should have had the YouTube page open at BTE, and that disappeared too. That could have been real dope.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. If they want to drag this out a couple weeks, man, there's more time to do that, because that's a really good idea.
Hell yeah, bro. They could do like BTE segments that are like disappearing.
Yeah, definitely, bro. So next, we have Swerve in Our Glory versus FTR, man, as the Gun Club are ringside, wearing bald caps and mustaches with cardboard championships.
Those fucking two, man. They're so bland.
This fucking team, you can't tell me. Like, I know these guys are really popular during the pandemic, and, they've obviously aren't really popular anymore, but I'm just going to use them example because I think they have, like, mad potential if under the right booker and production. A team, you can't tell me that you can't put a team like Bear Country on Dynamite and they would be less useful than the Gun Club. You cannot tell me that, bro. Like, because I feel like those guys could remind me a lot of, like, the War Raiders. Like, the War Raiders were just, like, these... I mean, they were so cool, but they were just, like, these, like, Viking guys on the indies. Like, they were just these badass guys with big beards. But once they got that, like, presentation down and the theme song, like, it just clicked. And I feel like a team like that, if given the right production, like... Why are we not using teams like that? But these two guys who are just like the
bland.
the
Just walking.
corniest of all corny with their humor on television, man. Sorry, what were you saying?
They're like two fucking walking Ritz crackers, bro. Like, they're fucking lame. They're boring, and they just suck, bro. They're lame in the ring. They're lame on the mic. They got no personality. They suck. These two suck.
Couldn't agree with you more. They really do. They really do, and it is quite ridiculous. The fact that they are given these they're given these opportunities, man, and they just like they suck. Like, bro, your dad's more over than you, and he's 50. Like, we've always hated them. We've always hated them, but it's just like
It's
it's
got
just not
worse,
it.
man.
Yeah,
No. They're
because it's like
trying, and it's just failing.
yeah, it really is, and it just they're not getting any better. I don't know how much you can expect a team to get better when you just have them in either corny comedy segments or you try to even the corny segments out with like these moments where they're in a serious faction, and it makes no sense because they've been known to be comedy guys. And like,
Dumbasses.
if you want to make the transition over to just like a serious ass talent, sure, go ahead, but don't be sitting ringside imitating FTR if you're supposed to be a part of this legit ass faction that they're trying to
Literally.
build up. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. It ain't it, bro. They ain't it.
It really
It
ain't.
ain't it. It's just I don't know. It's just bad.
Just
They just
like-
suck. We said it for the
Makes
longest
sense.
time. I don't know. But Swerve and Our Glory come out, FTR come out, get a huge pop, and the reason I'm mentioning this is because the Acclaim then come out and get a massive fucking ovation here. Bigger pop than FTR here.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Way bigger.
that's crazy, bro. That is crazy, man. They came out with 3 steel chairs to sit on, and they were all chair scissoring each other. So, obviously, the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass came out there, and yeah, they just sat there and watched the match. So, Swerve in Our Glory and the FTR rather, they put on what was a very, very good tag team match. Everybody knew this was going to be fire. Everybody knew this was going to be fire, and it was just that. It was very good. It was very good. Thankfully, during the match, we didn't get too much interference by the Gun Club. It was kind of more towards the end. They kind of costed FTR the loss, but it's like, if you, like, look, if you don't want FTR to challenge for the championships, first of all, get rid of the rankings. And second of all, put them in a feud that matters so it looks like they're actually
Distract them.
occupied with something.
Yeah. Don't just give them generic losses. Occupy them. Have them do something else in the
And-
meantime. They're chopping it up with Wardlow anyway. Do shit
Exactly.
with that. Do shit with that. That's your distraction. Not the Gun Club. The Bum Club.
Bruh. So, second thing that makes 0 sense, huge logic gap for me here.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve in Our Glory and FTR's records are not tied. So why does FTR have to wrestle for the number 1 contender spot when they're
Exactly.
already the number 1 contenders? This is why this shit makes 0 sense across the board.
Just get rid of that damn ranking system, bro. It's just nothing but problems.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. It really is. So, FTR does this spot, man. They do the spot where it seemed a little miscoordinated. I think Keith Lee maybe forgot about this spot, but FTR, Dax rather, superplexed Keith Lee. Cash hit the frog splash. They went for the shatter machine or the big rig. They hit it. Swerve pulled Dax out of the ring, him and Cash started fighting on the outside. He threw Cash towards the Gun Club, so you know where this is going. So that was the last we've seen of him. Keith Lee then went to go for the Big Bang Catastrophe. Dax hopped down, went to hit the ropes. Swerve low blowed him. Keith Lee had no idea that this happened, and I really like how they're doing that. I really like how Keith Lee is like
that.
Completely oblivious to.
Dark.
Yes, he has no idea that this is going on. He low blows Dax, gives him the BBC, and then Swerve in Our Glory won, man.
Hell yeah. Go eight-handed, bro. I like that. I love that dynamic.
Oh, I forgot to mention. There was also another one of those spots right towards the end where Keith Lee actually punched Swerve right in the face by accident.
Yeah.
So, another one of those as the Gun Club cost FTR the match. After the match, they jumped in the ring. Then the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass jumped in the ring to help FTR, and Swerve in Our Glory and the Gun Club retreated, man. So, how does it feel that your dad is more over than you?
Losers.
Yes, everybody loves Daddy Ass. Everybody hates his children. So, anyway, yeah, man. So it looks like we're going towards another. Swerve in Our Glory and the Acclaim match, and yeah, I can't hate on that, bruh. Can't hate on that.
Exactly. It's gonna be heat.
Yeah, they had two really good matches already, so I'm excited to see where we're at now. But as for FTR, I think they're building up the Gun Club for Death Before Dishonor. I think.
Probably.
I don't see, and if he does, Tony Khan's got a lot of fucking balls to put FTR versus the Gun Club live on pay-per-view. So, there's that. And listen, like I said, if you do not want FTR in this situation, keep them occupied with something a little more important than the Gun Club. Because if I was in their situation, I'd be saying fuck the Gun Club. Because I'm trying to go after the tag team titles. I'm not trying to sit around here and hang around in fucking lower card purgatory with these two idiots.
Literally.
So, yeah, man.
It sucks. I hate to see it, bruh.
Yeah, as we're on this hot streak of things to rant about. So that was that segment. We're going into another Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaim match, like I said. Very excited about. But as for FTR, keep them out of this shit, and can you actually put them in something a little more important to keep them occupied?
Literally.
Because,
exactly,
bro, they've literally just been bringing this up, like, periodically for, like, the last year, or the last, 6 months, or probably longer than that, probably like 9 months at this point. Oh, we're the number one contenders. Well, how many times, if you've been the number one contender for 9 fucking months, why do I have to fight to still be the number one contender? Unless we're tied with another team. Makes
they have a title shot already.
Like, what? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It really doesn't. So, speaking of other things that suck, well, we get this segment with Renee Paquette, who probably the only good part in this, because it's so nice seeing Renee. It really is. I miss Renee's presence. She's great.
Definitely.
Renee and Saraya. And if there's Saraya, you know who isn't fucking too far behind. So she's talking to Saraya, and they're talking about how nice it is to work with each other again and to see each other. And literally before Saraya could even say much of anything, that person that wasn't too far behind, well, she wasn't too far behind. Britt Baker. Man, isn't this exciting? Britt Baker.
Every fucking segment.
Britt Baker comes in, goes to say something to Saraya. Saraya calls her a bitch. I'm not doing this today, bitch, or something like that. And then they start yelling at each other, and this is what I like from an interviewer. See, normally in WWE, the interviewer would absolutely hightail it out of there like there was
Yeah,
a
just
fucking
scurry away.
armed robbery about to fucking go down.
Mm-hmm.
Renee says, she actually raised her voice here. She said, you guys need to calm down. And how about this? This is some journalistic ass shit too. I like this. She says, how about this? We're going to talk like normal humans, or like adults, I think she said. Another dig, possibly. We're going to talk like adults and do a sit-down, one-on-one, no contact next week. I really like how Renee's just booking herself as an interviewer. It's some journalistic integrity here, man. It is.
You like to see him, bro.
Yes, a journalist on the show with some actual fucking personality. I mean, there is Alex Marvez. He's so bad, he's funny, you know. And then Tony Schiavone is great as well. But man, Renee's been hitting it out the park, taking nothing away from those guys. Alex Marvez, like I said, he was so fucking horrible. He's so horrible. He's hilarious. Like, I miss those segments with Kenny Omega where Kenny would just be in like the most personal spot ever, like his house, and Marvez would just pull up, like just walking around his house. Just, Kenny, can we get a word on John Moxley? What the fuck are you doing in my house? Them shits were gold.
Hell yeah, bro. That shit was dope.
Thoughts on this feud, bro? So far.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just tired of Britt. That's all. That's just how I feel. I'm just tired of Britt. I gotta see her. You gotta see her 3 times a week.
You know,
dude, just take a break, a vacation, something. I don't give a fuck that you were here when you were injured. Leave. I don't want you here now that you aren't. Just go somewhere for some period of time, man.
Yeah, I don't think
that's the only thing I don't like.
I don't think she understands very much that a lot of times in wrestling, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like, look at the reception to the Elite and or the Bucks and Omega. Everybody constantly hates on them, but when they're away for a long period of time, you even got people that hate them coming out the woodworks.
Exactly, bro. She doesn't realize it. She doesn't realize that, bro, and she gotta, because it's getting insufferable every week seeing that fucking face like 2 times a fucking night.
Yeah, seriously, bro. She's literally in like 3 segments a fucking week, and it's like, I understand you want to be the face of the division. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano were the faces of Black and Gold. They weren't on TV every week. They weren't. And it is a-okay. It is a-okay. Britt, this sucks. I mean, plain and simple. This blows. It really does. It's just, I understand Britt is, a company person, and she's completely selfless, and she's just here for the company and not for herself, of course, because that doesn't, sound like Britt Baker at all. But I mean, my God, bro. I mean, I've had enough, man. I've had enough. I mean, and then the irony of this woman to sit there and say that she's here for the company, not herself. Oh man, wow. Who the fuck told you that? Because that person does not love you. Bruh. Yeah, I know Britt Baker's salt of the earth, man, but I mean, Jesus Christ, can we get a break, please?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Usually when somebody's really great, you can make other people better.
Yeah.
No. In fact, it's
the worst.
Up until this point, Soraya's run in AEW has been just not it. And it's not, and it's not because of Soraya's work itself. It's because of this pointless feud with Britt Baker. Like, what does Saraya have to do with Britt Baker? And it really makes Britt Baker look like a princess that she can just, she just gets the first feud with, the women, with the newly signed woman in the company.
Exactly. It really don't fucking make sense, man. It really doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really bad, and it sucks. It really sucks. It's just horrible, bro. It's just horrible.
Truly.
Yeah, the feud has really been shit, and I'm just sick. I'm just sick of Britt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sick of Britt. And then, like I said, the audacity of this woman to go on a podcast and drag the other women for not doing as much as she does, but then simultaneously sit there and act like you are this salt of the earth person who wants better for the division is completely ridiculous, bro. It's completely ridiculous. So yeah, horrible. Thumbs down for me so far, without a question. So
Same.
Renee's here again with MJF, as MJF gets a huge reaction as always. Max is Max, and Renee begins to ask him, and this is perfect. This is perfect because this I thought this was gonna go a little bit like that interview with the Miz a couple years ago when the Miz was fucking goated, but it didn't go like that. Instead, MJF was he definitely was a lot nicer than the Miz, which is wild to think about because the Miz was popping off on Renee Paquette, bruh. That man was not playing, bruh. But MJF was obviously a little nicer. He didn't hit Renee with the "you're the one sleeping with him" line. So she asked Renee about Jon Moxley, and MJF says, "Who are you talking about? Are you talking about this guy?" And he starts walking around like this, and he starts doing his wonderful Jon Moxley impression, and he's telling "I'm gonna break your bones and drink your blood," and then he says, "I'm gonna gargle your piss," which was fucking great. That obviously got clipped, but it was really good, and he played up to the crowd, which is a little bit weird, but it makes sense because of the news that we were told about people are pulling for him to be a babyface. I didn't necessarily agree with it, neither did Sir K, but it's still a little weird, and it's taking a little bit to get used to, but it is it's I don't know, it is what it is. I hope it doesn't last too long, but I do think we will get some type of swerve at Full Gear. So he's talking about how Jon Moxley is going to he's talking about how he's just pretty much just talking shit about Jon Moxley whilst talking about kind of how he's just going to prove it to him, kind of the same stuff along the lines of last week. I was going to prove it to him that he could beat him at 120%. He's going to earn the victory and stuff like that. So, he doesn't need the firm to back him and whatnot. So he, pretty much just went from making fun of Jon Moxley, man. He was obviously playing up to the crowd, talking to the fans, asking if there was any devil worshippers in the crowd. And yeah, man, so I don't know. I hope they don't do it. It feel like sometimes in wrestling, bro, you can't always strike when the iron's hot. And sometimes you can, but you just gotta pick and choose the right times. Because a lot of times, if you call for what wrestling fans want, sometimes it's not really what they want. Huge example of this. And this is why I want to give Damage Control a little bit longer. Tiny bit longer to show something is
Yeah.
late 2019. Bailey was a month, 2 months into her heel run. Bailey was like 2 months into her heel run. And if you can remember, everybody after 2 months wanted her to go back babyface. Everybody said, grow the ponytail back. This isn't working. This is horrible. And then what happened? 2020 happened. And everybody loved Bailey. They came into their own. Look at the Judgment Day. Look at the fucking Judgment Day. That group was horrendous when it first got Finn Balor. It was horrendous with Edge. It was horrendous when they first got Finn. But now you look at them, and it's not so bad anymore. And you don't mind if they stay. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because the groups just came into their own. Instead of being weird emo fucks, they're just a bunch of a bunch of pricks, not creeps. That's what they were. They were just a group of creeps, just a group of fucking weirdos. Now they're just a bunch of cocky pricks. So it's
exactly. It makes sense, bruh. Came into their own with it, man.
But yeah, man. I mean, you sometimes you do some things too early and it doesn't pay off, and it's not really a memorable run. I mean, you look at, now this wasn't Wyndham's fault at all, but you look at, everybody wanted I want to see The Fiend as the world champion. So they bring it to Hell in a Cell. The Fiend loses. I believe if he would have won it there, it would have went a lot better. But
I think so.
But I think that kind of killed it. Nobody really wanted to see it anymore. And by the time he did get the Universal Championship, everybody immediately shit on it. Even though it was a solid reign, it wasn't, I think, what everybody wanted it to be, but it was solid.
No.
It was solid.
Exactly. He was able to make do.
Definitely a lot better than everybody gave it credit for, 100%. So, yeah, man. I don't know. You got to wait for things like this. If it lasts long enough and people want MJF as a babyface, then you can look at it, man. But I mean, he just came back. Let's see what he could do as a world champion heel really quick. And like I said, I think the story pays off better if it's a babyface beating MJF and not another monster heel beating MJF. What about a Wardlow beating MJF? What about a Darby Allin? What about a Bryan Danielson? I think that story's a little better than MJF losing to a monster heel in the company like Christian Cage, or just throwing out examples. Not, I wouldn't want to see that happen, of course, but it makes a lot better, like a Sammy Guevara or like a Daniel Garcia. Like, no, the story's meant for MJF to make a new baby, or make a baby face even better, not a heel take down the good seriously salt of the earth MJF. It just makes no sense. So, yeah, man. Next we have, also during that segment with Renee Paquette, we have Renee and MJF being broken up here by Stokely, and he comes out there and he starts talking to MJF, and he smacks the mic out of his hand, and he tells him, you better not get involved tonight because, I need Mox at 120%, and you're not going to ruin that for me. So,
definitely,
that was how that went, and it was really good, man. So, next, are we having some, I think you are frozen.
Yeah, Lord. My Wi-Fi just came back. Motherfucker, what the fuck?
Gotcha.
Don't sound like Charlotte currently.
I don't?
Not right now.
Cool.
Got like 10.
Should I refresh you, maybe?
If you think that'll work, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay. Apologize, guys.
Don't know why it does this.
There he is. Okay.
Good lord.
Okay. Say something really quick. Just
Saying something?
cool. All right, you're back. All right,
Oh.
man. So we got this backstage interview with the Kingdom. You know, this is pretty much just Matt Taven talking about how he's gonna job to Wardlow. Pretty much, he's talking like he is legitimately stands a chance against Wardlow. So that in itself is laughable, but
Oh, yeah.
you know, so that was that. It was absolutely nothing. And then Wardlow and Samoa Joe just talked about how, you know, they're going to kick their ass because they keep messing with them. So, yeah, that was that.
Good lord. Why'd they sign that fucking guy in his fucking group?
All three of them, honestly.
Garbage.
Good lord. Good lord, man. Horrible. Horrible signing. It is literally just for the sake that WWE wants Matt Taven as well. And at that, just let them have him. He ain't gonna do that. I mean, come on, he ain't gonna do all that in this company anyway. Let's just face the facts here. Next, we have Bryan Danielson versus Sammy Guevara. Golly,
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson kicked his ass. Sammy Guevara didn't get much offense whatsoever in this match. I don't know what this was, bro. I don't know if this was an act to get Danielson more over, or I don't know if it was the fact to kind of just get over the fact that he's pissed because there's some internal struggle in the Blackpool Combat Club right now, and he needed somebody to take it out on, and who better? Who better? Says Chris Canyon, then Sammy Guevara to absolutely kick his fucking head in, as Brian would say. So, great. It was absolutely great. Danielson, I believe, submitted him with, yes, he did submit him with the yes lock, or the crippler crossface, or whatever you want to call it, the crossface. He submitted him with, did he submit him or did he pass out?
I think I don't remember. He might have passed out, I'm guessing.
I apologize. I think it... My bad, not the yes lock, dude. His, the triangle. The Danielson triangle.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss when he used to do that move and flex, and then the dude would just pass out. That was sick. So, Danielson beats Guevara here. Guevara passed out, and Bryan Danielson absolutely mopped the floor with him, which, like I said, man, who better to absolutely get his ass kicked than Sammy Guevara? Fantastic.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, man. So, next, we have Pog Hater. She's in a singles match on Dynamite. And I believe Britt Baker was out here with her. So, yay.
Of course. Multiple times a night.
It is so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous that I feel like Jamie Hayter is only getting a little bit of spotlight because Britt Baker's with her. I feel like if she wasn't with Britt Baker, she would just be
literally
nothing, really. She would just be kind of... Yeah. Which is utterly ridiculous.
Just
it really is.
Definitely. It's all bullshit, bro.
So, I believe Pog Hater did defeat Riho here, which is great, man. They're giving her a singles victory. Looks like Britt Baker's pulling some backstage strings for her. And Toni Storm comes out and confronts Pog Hater herself, man. So it's good to see, and I would not mind seeing her win the championship whatsoever, man. I would not mind that. I say I don't mind it, but honestly, dude, at this point, I don't know what you have to do in this division to legitimately get yourself over. Like, I do not know. Other than pairing yourself with Britt Baker. And I hate saying that.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro. And they make it possible. They really do.
1,000%. 1,000%. It is just, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of a little annoying, man, if I do say so myself. But
frustrating, man. Definitely frustrating.
Yes, absolutely. So we get this promo with Eddie Kingston. He didn't really say much. I can't remember what the hell he was even talking about, to be honest. We haven't seen much of him at all lately.
No, he really hadn't. I forgot what he was talking about. Something.
Yeah, speaking of somebody we haven't seen, and it's really annoying, and this is why you don't need to be signing people, because people are absolutely fine with Eddie Kingston being on television over the Kingdom. People are fine with Darby Allin being on television over Jay Lethal and his WWE mid-card group, the WWE mid-carders. Who was the other thing? The Firm. You know, a lot of people would rather see guys like that, but you know, so you got all these fucking singles championships, but all you want to display is these goddamn groups that suck. And
literally, that makes no damn sense.
Darby Allin talked about, and I love this, Darby Allin talked about how, and why, more so, he's not with Sting anymore. He talked about how he told the Stinger that he needed to be by himself for a while because he needed to prove it to himself that he was that damn good. And I love that. Bro. I love that, and I think, you know, him and Sting, everybody like him and Sting, but I don't think it needs to be a weekly thing. I don't think it ever needed to be a weekly thing.
No,
and I think absolutely, and I think, you know, everybody loves the group, man, but you know, everybody loves Darby Allin, and everybody. Darby Allin is a lot of people's favorite TNT champ. I know he's mine. So,
same, 100%.
Yeah, so he, you just got to do more with these guys, bro, and you need to not focus on other people that just aren't connecting with the audience and put people on TV that do.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Next week they announced Daddy Ass Birthday Bash.
The fuck, man.
They also announced Chris Jericho versus a former Ring of Honor World Champion. We don't know who that is. What are the odds? See, this is who Tony Khan needs to sign. Legitimately, I think this would be great. I don't know if he is a former Ring of Honor World Champion. Chris fucking Hero.
That should be perfect. It should really would be.
He is the perfect kind of talent for AEW, bro. And it is so sad that we never got a real breakout run from Chris Hero, man. It really is. Because he's so good.
He is, bro. That theme song is so good, man.
Damn. Not to even mention that. I mean, my God, dude is he's got it all. He really does. So in the main event, we have Jon Moxley versus another AEW champion, Penta El Zero Miedo, Penta Oscuro, or whatever his name is. Penta, a trios champ, going up against Jon Moxley, an AEW champ.
Good lord. Why? Why do they keep doing this with Death Triangle? I don't see the appeal.
seriously, dude. So, Penta and Mox gave us a damn good match. It was a really, really good match. Moxley ended up winning the match. And then the Firm came out. The Firm. They start beating up Moxley just like they told them not to do. This garbage group starts beating up Jon Moxley. MJF comes out there. He's hesitant because he wants them to attack Moxley, but he remembers what Regal told him. He wants to be the devil. He wants to be the devil. So there's that. He walks away and then comes running back. He comes running back, and he starts pushing all the Firm members away. And starts yelling at Stokely. He yells, "You're fired." And then they just start beating up MJF, and they whipped his ass and put him through the table, man. What did you think about this situation, bruh?
I thought, man, that shit. Damn.
I don't know if this is I don't know, man. I don't know. It feels like they're just baby facing it up a little too much with MJF. I don't know if he's taking extreme lengths to make it look unbelievable that he's going to have these guys in his back pocket.
Yeah, he's going so much and doing it so much. It makes me feel like he's just going to 180 it. But I don't know if that's what he's going to do. You know what I mean? It's confusing. It's very... not confusing. It's like a lesser confusing.
Yeah. Definitely. 100%. So... yeah, man, that was the week of AEW Dynamite. I honestly feel like we're gonna get a big 180 here. There's no way you can absolutely play it up this hard with the MJF babyface references, bro. It is, yeah, man, it's interesting, bro. It's interesting, but I'm excited to see where the story goes. Definitely,
man. Definitely, it's intriguing a lot. And I'm very intrigued where MJF is going, bro. I very am.
Absolutely. Will Daddy Ass ever scissor up again after he was abducted? That is the title of something that happened. That is the title of what happened on Rampage. Swerve shoved something up Daddy's ass.
Good lord. Why would they do that?
What? See, dude, don't make Swerve's character like that.
Don't do it, Dexter, bruh. Please.
That's a little too weird for anybody's liking, and everybody's gave Swerve nothing but praise. You know, he's been great. He really has. But what in the fuck was this?
Why?
This was some weird shit. Yeah,
going to jail for 18 years doing that shit, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah, this shit was a little too weird for my liking, if I'm being 100% honest. But
same, it wasn't for me. Not at all.
Yeah, man. Wardlow beat Matt Taven, shocker, and Jon Moxley, I believe, wrestled Daddy Magic for the AEW Championship, even though he defended it on Dynamite. So, yeah, and then it's just, I guess, getting over the whole the company's ace type thing. So, yeah, man, good stuff. But that was AEW Dynamite, bro. So
yeah, pretty good week, man. Pretty good week.
Definitely, man. And then and then for Friday Night SmackDown, we got this amazing segment between the Bloodline, where Sami Zayn legitimately made everybody break character. him and Jay had a really good back and forth of Sami Zayn trying to be as genuine to this group as he possibly can, and he's trying to make everybody happy. He's trying to make Roman happy, he's trying to make Jay happy, but he doesn't know what the hell he did to Jay to make him act like such a prick. So he starts telling Jay, like, whatever I did, I'm sorry, and I'm here for the group, and blah, 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 blah. Jay grabs the mic and tells him, you a fake-ass oos. So,
yes.
he...
Point of honorary.
So he says... So he tells Sami that he's a fake-ass oos, and he tells him... And he tells him that, you know, everybody's afraid to say it, but he's not, you know. And Sami is just kind of... Sami's just kind of looking at him. Sami's just kind of looking at him, and he says, I just want peace. That's what the tribal chief wants. So Jay, in such good fashion, grabs the mic, and he says, I don't give a damn what the tribal chief wants. Roman, who has his back to these two, lifts his head up. Instantly, what the fuck did you just say? So he turns around, he goes to walk towards Jay, and Sami says, hey man, you know, Jay didn't mean that. You know, lately, he just hasn't been very oosy. So this cracked everybody. I would have loved to have seen Solo Sikoa's reaction because Jimmy starts fucking laughing.
He was in the back dying. He didn't even give a fuck. He wasn't even behind there. Bro was just back there dying.
Heyman's got this huge smile on his face. Roman's trying to, like, scratch his beard to, like, hide the fact that he's laughing. Jay literally grabbed both of his hands and covered his face. And you could just tell he was laughing. And then Roman looks at Jay and he goes, is that what the problem is? Are you not feeling oosy? And crowd loved it. Crowd ate this shit up.
That shit was hilarious.
It was such a good segment. The BloodLine with Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa have had some of their best segments. And Sami Zayn has breathed new life into this group to the point where, along with Wyatt, I watch SmackDown to see what this group will do because it is fucking fire with Sami Zayn, and he has brought brand new life into this, and it is fantastic.
That shit was heat, bro. Fucking Jay, fucking trying to act all serious, bro. At one point, bro literally turned his head around because he was fucking laughing so hard.
Yes.
They were laughing their ass off, bro. I love it. Yeah, I like how one part of the segment was super serious with that sick ass fucking I don't give a damn what the tribal chief says a line. And the way Roman picked his head up, like, that shit was hard as hell. That shit will be remembered. And then, like, 5 minutes later, they're just fucking cracking their ass off. Talking about he's not feeling oosy enough.
Yes,
like, that's
it
good
was
comedy.
Yes.
That's the type of comedy I like to see. It's just genuine, just laughs. Because it's genuinely just a funny thing to say.
Yeah. Great. Everybody loved it. It has been so well received, and rightfully so. And like I said, Sami Zayn saved this group, bro.
He did, bro.
This group was
the savior.
Yes, this group was incredibly stale, and it has become genuinely a reason to, like, look at SmackDown, bro. Genuinely. I mean that. The other reason... Oh, I was going to move topics, so go ahead.
No, bro. The Bloodline went from just the Usos just bowing down to Roman every week to a group with a problem.
Yes.
And a fun part of that problem. It's genuinely great, bro. Genuinely great. The group has a point now, which is fucking finally.
Absolutely. It's really been awesome, man. It has really been great. The other reason to watch SmackDown is Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
He comes out there tonight on Raw. They confirmed him for Saudi, so there's that. And Wyatt is out here talking about how this will be the best version of him that we've ever seen, and how, this is still surreal to him that he's here. And before he could say much of anything, the figure from last week appears as this trippy video package starts playing, and it says, "Who am I?" And he's holding the Wyatt Uncle Howdy mask, and he lowers it, and we see the man we seen last week. So we seen, the guy with the hat with the thrones on it. Well, we seen his whole face. We seen his whole face. That was the other thing. Roman told Jay, if you keep this up, I'm going to take this honorary away from Sami Zayn, and we're going to change his name to Sami Uso.
Sami Uso?
So Sami had this huge smile on his face. He was pumped about that. But yeah, man, so Bray, like I said, back to Bray, he was cutting his promo, and we see this figure bring the Uncle Howdy mask down, and we actually seen the man himself, Uncle Howdy. And he did not sound like the Uncle Howdy we heard last week.
Not at all.
He did not sound like that whatsoever. He sounded like... So at first glance, everybody thought he sounded like Bray Wyatt. But the more you listen to it... Now, it is a little hard to tell because Bo and Bray sound very similar. They sound very similar. So...
And obviously, they add effects to the voice, so it's kind of hard to decipher anyway.
So we hear this guy, and he has a cross earring of a cross, and Bo Dallas used to wear that. I don't know, man. Could Bo Dallas be Uncle Howdy?
I could see him, bro. I could see it, and that shit'll be heat. I would love it. I really would.
Everybody wanted him to be the Fiend, but I would honestly rather have Bray be the Fiend.
Yeah. Either Bray is a Fiend or nobody's a Fiend, because what? Having another person be the Fiend just ain't right.
Yeah, I think the Fiend is the kind of character, man, you maybe bring out once every other year. Maybe once every year if the story calls for it. When the story calls for it, you bring out the Fiend. You do not have the Fiend be a pay-per-view only thing. Well, every pay-per-view you're going to get the Fiend. No. None of that. Like, literally, and, like, down to the fullest of special occasions, you bring out the Fiend. And I think it would refresh the idea. I think it would make it fantastic. It really would. So, he says to Bray, Uncle Howdy says to Bray, he says, "Who am I?" The little video package said, "Who am I?" And then the first things Uncle Howdy says is, "I'm just the ghost of the man who sold the world, of course." So he talks about how Bray is a liar. He kept telling him, "You are a liar." And he spoke in riddles, so it's hard to kind of decipher what he said and kind of what it means. But I know at the end of it, we got the official confirmation. He said, "Because you could never run from me, your Uncle Howdy." I like how he kind of speaks in rhymes. That is like really sick. Fantastic. I love every week you give us another piece to the pizza, bro, and it is just been great.
It just adds up. It gives you a reason to go watch every week. It's perfect, man. It's perfect pacing.
So, man, we get the official debut of Uncle Howdy. It's fantastic, and it's going to continue to be great, man. And I'm stoked about it, bro. I'm stoked about it. It's been a great reason to watch SmackDown, man. It really has.
It has, man. It really has.
And I believe they will be flying him to Saudi Arabia to cut a promo. So, you guys, I swear to you, bro. I swear to you.
I'll be walking that bitch angry as hell.
I'll walk out there like Eric Young.
Pressed as fuck. Just bro walked in or walked out the stage like I walked into work, bro. Like,
I swear to God,
goddamn,
bro.
bro, you can't be asking that. You getting paid at least.
Seriously.
Yeah, they
So,
better be giving him man why at the bag because they making him fly all the way over there for a promo.
so yeah, man. Raw. Raw was. I got a lot of problems again with this show, man. I got a lot of problems again with this show. Obviously there was good, but there was a lot that I didn't really agree with, and we're gonna start the show with something I didn't agree with. Show opens up with Bianca Belair versus this Nikki Cross that's not Nikki Cross. It's like weird Nikki Cross. I don't know, just fucking bring back sanity, like seriously.
Dude, do it.
It ain't it. Bianca Belair beats Nikki Cross in her first match back. I don't know why you would book this. I don't know why you would book Bianca Belair, and honestly, it's honestly not even worth calling her Bianca Belair anymore. This is John fucking Cena. Bro, I'm tired. I'm truly tired of this version of Bianca Belair, bro. I can't stand this just OP ass booking, bro. I really can't.
Way too fucking strong, bro.
Yeah, she just beats Nikki Cross in the open to the show. And Nikki Cross that just re-debuted her old gimmick last week.
Hey, Triple H and his women's division. Fuck.
Ain't it? It is not it.
Tony Khan behind the wheel.
After the match, Damage Control start beating up Bianca Belair as Asuka and Alexa Bliss make their long-awaited, sought-after return to Monday Night Raw.
Dude, why is this group a thing? Alexa and Asuka.
What? Just please, just fucking stop with this shit, bro.
Please,
Just
bro.
stop it, dude.
Please.
I'm over this, bro. I really am. They come out and they attack Damage Control. Then there's a backstage segment that says Alexa Bliss says, you know, we're tired of Damage Control, so we're gonna fix them tonight. We're not waiting for Crown Jewel. So they got themselves a tag team title match, which we'll talk about that in the main event. We got what was supposed to be a backstage interview between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Bobby Lashley was there for the interview. Brock Lesnar came out to address the live crowd. And Bobby then immediately hopped up in the middle of Brock's promo. While Brock was talking to him, Bobby hopped up. He had his sunglasses on. He comes out there taking his suit off. Brock goes out there. These two start fighting. Huge brawl between these two. It was a locker room pull-apart brawl. And one of the members of the pull-apart brawl was Von Wagner.
Hey.
Von Wagner. Bro. Stop fighting, alright?
Stop fighting, alright? We got a shoulder run.
Von Wagner's out there. Matt Riddle's up there fucking holding his slides up. I don't know what he was doing.
Bro, it's just having a good time.
Hurt Business was out there holding Bobby Lashley back again. And the man himself was out there. Triple H was out there breaking these two up. They wouldn't stop fighting, and Triple H told them, tell them to stop fighting or the fight is off. And they stopped fighting, man, because People actually
They want
respect
to
Triple
fight.
H.
Tony Khan could never.
Oh my God. If he was out there telling them to fucking break it up, oh, they wouldn't
They
even hear
start
him.
beating his ass.
Yeah, man. So he told them break it up, tell them to stop, or the fight is off. So they stopped, and everybody broke it up, man.
Like to see it, bro. Like to
Great
see some
touch.
order.
Yes, I like how they're using him as that authority role that only shows up sometimes, and is very
When you
nice.
need it. Exactly. Oh, fun way to
Absolutely.
have a main event match. Oh, I gotta watch it.
Well, looks like I'm watching main event this week.
Goated.
I think Nikki Cross is going to be a part of Damage Control group for War Games.
I can see it.
Yeah. Triple H coming out to stop them really yes, it really did add to the segment a lot. Yeah, it was great. It really was great. So now we have Seth, blonde-haired Seth Rollins, which is oddly kind of cool to see again, I will
I
say.
like it.
I will say, man. Blonde-haired Seth Rollins. Well, he's kind of got the Cody look going on, where his roots, and obviously a little more than his roots, are still black, but like the tips are,
Yeah.
blonde. So he's kind of got the Cody look going on, man. But if Cody had long hair, so Rollins beat Theory here in a pretty decent match. No complaints from me. It was just a solid Seth Rollins match for the U.S. title, man.
Oh yeah, man. Fucking Theory, bro. Oh, might as well pack it in, bro. Well, good for Seth, man. Good for Seth. I saw
Absolutely.
people clowning on him on Twitter with those wedding photos of him with his hair down and that new style. People were clowning his ass, but you don't look bad, bro. You don't.
No, he really doesn't. He really doesn't. It actually looks kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
So Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. So this show wasn't bad, but it absolutely, under no circumstances, was a go-home show. Like, not at all.
Oh my god, it was a goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to mention we have War Games in like 3 weeks. So.
Oh, yeah.
So Roman Reigns is out there and he's talking about Logan Paul, and they keep bringing up how Logan has these metal screws in his fist and they'll knock somebody out or something like that. But Roman Reigns is out there, and The Miz comes out and he says, "Look, man, I would be helping you with Logan Paul, but I got this stalker, but I will tell you, Logan Paul, the knockout blow is real." He said, "Just ask Jay." And Roman says, "Why does everybody keep saying Logan's going to knock me out?" And then he Superman punches Miz and says, when they should be talking about me knocking Logan out. Yeah, man, so that was that segment. It was really nothing more than that. Carl Anderson beat Damian Priest, and then the OC got laid out by Judgment Day, so that was that. Yeah. Yeah. That was that. I enjoy Judgment Day a little more than I enjoy the OC, to be honest.
Dude, ever since they had that stint in AEW, bro, I really cannot stand those two.
I really can't either. And I love AJ Styles. AJ Styles is
I love AJ.
He's great. He's not the bad part. I love AJ. I think AJ's great. I think he's great on the mic. He's also very funny. And he's fucking AJ Styles in the ring. I love AJ Styles. I absolutely love AJ Styles, but the other two, man, and I really like the Judgment Day. I have to say, I hated them. I really did, but they have came into their own, and they all are pretty fucking cool. Even Dominic, he's
making it work.
He's making it work. He really is, and the group's been really good. The OC, man, just Gallows and Anderson, just
can't stand those two, man.
I agree.
Just the way they act, the way they talk, the way they look. I just don't like them. There's you know those people that you really have no reason to dislike, but you just look at them and you're like, man, I can't fucking stand you. It's those two, especially Gallows. He's just a guy I look at. I'm like, bro, I don't fucking like you. I don't know why. I just can't fucking stand you. Just one of those, bro. Those two are just, oh, they're not it anymore. At this point, they should just hide away in Japan somewhere where I don't have to watch them.
Yes, absolutely, man.
Good lord.
Yeah. Carl Anderson, like I said, beats Damian Priest, and then the Judgment Day jumped the OC, laid them out. We got more build to Omo versus Braun. So that was that. We got another segment with Baron Corbin telling Texas, "You want to know the truth?" And then our truth comes out, and then they just beat up our truth. And JBL's fucking horrendous. JBL is fucking horrendous. I don't even mind Corbin that much. It's honestly it's JBL. It's JBL. Like, Corbin's one of those guys where, like, he's kind of one of those guys that a lot of people, like, you don't really know why you don't like him. You just think he sucks, but, like, he's just like he's so WWE. He's so corporately created to the point where it doesn't make him likable whatsoever. And then
real.
yeah, and then it feels like he's playing a gimmick. That's all, and he's playing it poorly. He plays
the
it.
Part is, he seems like a really cool guy when he's not in character.
Yeah.
So just be that. Let him be him, and he probably get over. He's a cool guy.
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, man. JBL is
He's another one. He's in that same boat.
Yes.
Just a guy you fucking hate.
Yes, I hate seeing JBL on the weekly. He is fucking horrendous. Genuinely fucking horrendous. This is one of the reasons what I'm about to bring up next why I really don't like these Halloween shows and Christmas shows and Thanksgiving shows. We have this Matt Riddle versus Otis Trick or Street fight. We're still doing those. Otis dressed up as a dancer, like a male stripper. And he was wearing black trunks and just like a tie, a necktie. So it was just, this is what it was. Matt Riddle came out with Elias, and he dressed up as Ezekiel. So, they put a pumpkin on Otis's head and they beat him, and it was literally the Alpha Academy are jobbers. Get American Alpha back together. This sucks. This sucks.
Literally, bro. Literally.
You know, the group had some potential and they were serious, but you know they are jobbers. That's who they are.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, The Miz loses to Mustafa Ali because of Dexter Loomis. Dexter Loomy scared The Miz, and Ali hit the 450. Can't do the 054. Actually, he probably could again. Please bring that back.
I probably could. Please, that shit was heat.
At the 9:30 mark, bruh, we got this Johnny Gargano tell-all interview. Johnny Gargano is on my Mount Rushmore. You know, and they're not going to take that away from me.
No.
But bro. Oh man. Dude. Knock it the fuck off with the Johnny Gargano comedy segments. It's shit. This guy is a fucking pillar of your company. And it sickens me to no end that he's sitting here doing comedy skits and doing reenactments where he's wearing wigs and dressing up as Indy Hartwell to do the reenactments and fucking knock it off. Now, if this was comedy, which it was, Byron was the perfect person to conduct the interview, which he did.
Yeah.
It was just shot so comedically, too. It was real close up on his face, and they kept doing these quick cuts. Bro, he talked about the reason Dexter is the way he is with The Miz is because Dexter lost his job and was painting on the side of the road, and The Miz threw down some money and wanted to pay him to be a celebrity stalker so it would make The Miz's views go up. And
don't tell me that's the reason.
So the reason Dexter legitimately started stalking him is because, so they mentioned the first time he did it to Miz, the Miz walked away. Like Dexter had him in the chokehold, but it looked like Miz was walking away himself. Like it was staged. But apparently the Miz stopped paying Dexter Lumis. And that's why Dexter Lumis hates the Miz.
Dude, after all this fucking time, it's because he paid him to do it. And now he's not paying him. Dude, like, you didn't even see that. They didn't give us a visualization of that, of Miz doing some fucked up shit to the guy. Or if Triple H, when he got in power, planned on bringing Dexter Lumis back in that way, he couldn't have Miz go do that to someone we don't know is Dexter until Dexter is like, you can't, dude. That's you just wasted all our fucking time, bro.
Yes.
That's what you did, bro. You wasted our time. You wasted Dexter's time. You wasted the fucking Miz's time. That's how you know it's a waste of time. Oh my god, that's such a bad excuse.
It is.
That's such a bad answer.
So shit. It's not even funny, bro.
Like,
dude,
bro, he paid him to stop.
Yep, so he would get more views as a celebrity, or publicity, not views. So he would get more publicity as a celebrity because
he was getting stuff. And
yeah.
Stop, bro. Stop it.
And Johnny Gargano has to be the fucking idiot in the chair saying this dumbass shit.
Like, why didn't Dexter just say it? Why wouldn't he, or just have him draw, Miz giving him money or some fucking shit?
Something,
Give
bro.
us some visualization of it. Nothing. They just had Gargano, of all people, just tell us. Dude, horrible. What a waste of fucking time.
So, I know you watch these because we've watched them together. The ID shows where they, do, the reenactments, but it's, blurry,
Mm-hmm.
That is what Gargano was doing. He was playing Dexter painting, and then he was playing The Miz, and then he was playing Indy Hartwell. It was just...
That's horrible.
It was fucking comedy. And this guy legitimately came back to win championships. Like he said, from the day he came back, he said he was here to win championships, and he's doing a comedy tell-all interview. Spare me some fucking misery, please. This is fucking horrendous. Do the match, have Dexter get his contract, and let that be it. This is dead. Nobody cares about this. I don't know. Stories like this are not meant to be long-term. This is a short-term story to reintroduce Dexter back into the company. This isn't a fucking story that goes on for 2 months to lead to one of the shittiest outcomes I've ever heard. And in one of the shittiest ways production-wise you could have did it. I don't know who... I know who greenlit that, but... Fucking A.
That shit is dick, bro.
Yes.
Pure dick.
Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible.
That's horrible.
Yes. No doubt about it. And in the main event, we got this Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus Alexa Bliss and Asuka. Bruh. Bayley was getting involved a little bit in the match. Bianca Belair came out there. They end up fighting into the crowd. Bayley bellied her off a production crate onto this production piece that was literally just a table and a black cloth. We get inside the ring, and Alexa Bliss pins Io Shirai with the Twisted Bliss.
Oh,
and they won, and they proceed to have the fireworks go off like this is Bryan Danielson winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 30. Bro, they didn't even play fireworks for Seth, I don't believe.
No.
I don't think.
But this fucking loser tag team, get the fuck out of here, bro. This women's division in WWE has been horrendous, bro. It's been bad. It's been, it's been AEW bad. Because Bianca's overbooked like somebody. Fucking Game Trouble's underbooked like almost everybody over there. And then there's like the SmackDown side. You look at Liv Morgan, they killed her momentum. They made the fans turn on her. They have Ronda Rousey as a champ. What is this women's division, bro? It sucks. It's so bad. And they're not doing any favors, bro. They're just it's a jobber fest. Everyone's jobbing.
Yep.
But Bianca Belair, dude, this shit's on fire, bro. And I ain't talking about the good fire.
How is it that everybody wanted Damage Control to be draped in gold, but here we are, and we get the other team draped in gold? Bianca, and by the way, Bayley got the last laugh tonight. So you know what that means. John Cena is going to win on Saturday in this last woman standing match. Bruh.
Dude.
Use your head when you're booking this stuff, bro. Why? Like, nobody likes Alexa Bliss and Asuka that much. I mean, I love Asuka. Nobody likes these two as a tag team that much. Nobody fucks with this version of Asuka. Nobody really fucks with this version of Alexa Bliss.
Literally. They're both lame. Like, dude, just cut the shit. Cut all this bullshit. Get rid of those fucking tag team titles at this point because you don't know how to fucking book them. You don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Just stop. Just stop.
Absolutely, bro. Horrible decision. This group, now I'm going to give them a sliver of hope. Only because, you know, Bayley has turned some really bad runs around before. But up until this point, this group is dead. This group is dead.
Mm-hmm. It failed, bro.
Horrible, bro. Absolutely horrible, man. I mean, what a bad decision. The only momentum on this team's side was the fact that they had the women's tag team championships. That was the only thing they had going for them, even though they were still losing, so they technically didn't even really have anything going for them then. But now they don't even have that, and they're just a band of band of losers. I don't know how you book that. I don't know where you come up with the concept that Bianca Belair needs to be booked like 2010 John Cena. It is not the case, and it is not good. Not good.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. It's horrible, bro. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that women's division, but it's far from it, man. It's sad. You'd hate to see it.
Absolutely, man. Damn. Well, I guess that's it.
Fuck. Shit. Damn.
Man.
Farewell.
Yeah. The last episode in this room, the last episode with me having this view. Crazy.
Crazy, man. Shit's about to change, bro. Shit's about to evolve.
That's right, bro. That's right. But look, man. Friday is the start of a new era. I'm gonna have better sound quality on my end. We should have better quality overall. And man, am I fucking excited. I'm excited. There's so many emotions going through me right now and the past couple days. Excited, scared, happy. So much, bro. But man, you guys are always the highlight of my week, bro. You really are. Man, it's a little bittersweet, bro. It's a little bittersweet, man.
Shit, it's nuts, bro. It's nuts.
Yeah, it really is. Man.
Damn, it's crazy. Can't wait to see that background.
Yeah, shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the background. Honestly, you guys just might see the way it's looking now. You guys are just gonna see a white ass wall behind me. But the way everything will be set up. But I'll probably put like a flag there, so you guys might see like my Johnny Wrestling flag or like my CM Punk flag or something, or maybe both of them. I might put them sideways. I don't know yet. But
who knows?
Man, damn, this is crazy. This is crazy, man.
It really is, bro. Damn.
Well, guys, as much as I didn't want this episode to end, because this is the farewell episode in the OG room, man, this is wild, bro. This is wild. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious podcast. Another great edition of Notorious Unscripted, man. And this is the final episode from the OG room. So farewell to the OG room. But man, it's wild, bro. It's wild. But
Truly.
With that, man, thank you guys for hanging out with us, whether you're watching on the live chat, which is Logan, or whether you're watching on the replay. We thank you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, man. And thank you guys for taking this ride with us. It's about to evolve, and this was just phase one, I guess. So, man, it's bittersweet, man, but it's bittersweet. But I'm excited to set up all this new equipment for you guys and just give you guys the best show that I'm capable to give you from my end, man. So it's exciting. It's exciting, and I'm excited for the podcast. And like I said, so many emotions going through me personally within the past couple weeks, man. Scared, excited, happy, all of the above. Tired as fuck. But you guys have always been there, and it's just great, and it means the world that you guys want to hang out with us, man. So it really does. But through all of that, because I've been going through a lot of stuff up here, you guys have really been awesome to me and just great through this whole process. So yeah, man. So from so for the final farewell in the room, man, that is going to do it for this edition of Notorious Unscripted. That is going to do it for episode 115, the Halloween edition. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and thank you guys for continuing to go on this wild ride. And I will see you guys on Friday with an entirely new backdrop, some new sound, and a lot of other stuff, man. So it is always, always, always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of Notorious Unscripted. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on Friday with the news.
Peace.